Hello students, in this class we are going to see about consumer surplus and producer surplus, which is the another part in use of economics, in use of integration in economics. Okay, so consumer surplus is nothing but the surplus quantity which consumer side have. Similarly, the producer surplus is nothing but how much quantity in excess the producers have. So we will be calculating consumer surplus and producer surplus using the integration concept, and the formula for finding the consumer surplus is integral 0 to q naught f1 of q into dq minus p naught q naught, where this f1 of q is nothing but the demand function. Similarly, producer surplus, the formula is p naught q naught minus integral 0 to q naught f2 of q dq, where this f2 of q is nothing but the supply function. So what we need to calculate is we need to know the value of our p naught and q naught. Okay, this p naught and q naught, we will obtain the value of p naught and q naught by using this concept. So at the equilibrium point, a point will come where your demand will equal to supply. So we need to find that point where when your demand and supply will be equal, and that point is called as an equilibrium point. At that point we will be denoting as p naught comma q naught. So first problem, find the consumers and producers surplus at equilibrium price if the demand function is D is equal to 25 by 4 minus P by 8 and supply function is P is equal to 5 plus D. So this is the question given to you, and you need to find as usual the consumer surplus and producer surplus. So before finding the consumer surplus and producer surplus, we need to find the equilibrium price. That is the price, that is the value for P naught and Q naught when your demand is equal to supply. First, I have written what are the things given in the question. Demand function is given, D is equal to 25 by 4 minus P by 8. Supply function is given, P is equal to 5 plus D. So this can be rewritten as D is equal to P minus 5. At the equilibrium, demand is equal to supply. So equating this 1 and 2, what we will be getting is 25 by 4 minus P by 8 is equal to P minus 5. Okay, so we need to find the value of P. So I am going to take P on one side and the constants on the other side. So I will be getting and just interchanging and write. Okay, this in the minus P by 8 on the side pogudhu, in the minus P in the pakkam varudha. Now 25 by 4 minus 5 in the side vanduchina plus 5 equal to P in the minus P by 8 in the side pochuna plus P by 8. Just take LCM on both sides. So 25 plus 5 4s are 20 divided by 4, that is equal to, if you take LCM here, 8P plus P divided by 8. So 25 plus 20 is nothing but 45 divided by 4 equal to, here 8P plus P is 9P divided by 8. We need to find the value of P alone. So P equal to, in the division la irukradhu inga mele multiplication la pogum, 9 vandu kila division ku varum. So you will be getting 45 into 8 divided by 4 into 9. So now by cancelling this, 4 2s are 8, 9 5s are 45, we will be getting the value for P as T. Next, I need to replace the value for P is equal to T in either one of 1 or 2. So this is my Q. Demand function is also represented by Q. Okay, so I need to find the value of my Q. So just I am going to replace this P is equal to 10 here or here. So if you look at these two equations, this is simple. Okay, so just I am going to replace the value for P is equal to 10. So put P is equal to 10 in 2. So you will be getting Q is equal to 10 minus 5, which is nothing but 5. Okay, so from this we obtain the value for P and Q. Okay, this is nothing but our P naught and Q naught. So what we can write is at equilibrium, okay, so at equilibrium comma price is equal to P naught, that is equal to 10, quantity equal to Q naught, that is equal to 5. Okay, so your P naught and Q naught is nothing but 10 and 5. Fine. So now we need to find the consumer surplus. Consumer surplus. The formula for finding consumer surplus is integral 0 to Q naught F1 of Q dQ minus P naught Q naught, where this F1 of Q is nothing but the demand function which is given in the question, and in the question they have given D as 25 by 4 minus P by 8. Okay, this is also called as Q, both are same. Okay, so when you look at this, if you cannot replace the value here, okay, we need a function in terms of Q, but in the question they are given function in terms of P. So what we need to do is just a small alignment. We need P1 is equal to F1 of Q. That is what we want. But in the question they have given us Q is equal to P. In terms of P they have given. So just a small alignment. And what we can write is I want P equal to. Okay. So just I am going to interchange these two terms, leaving P by 8 is equal to 25 divided by 4 minus Q. Just I am going to take LCM for this. 25 minus 4Q divided by 4. I need the value for P alone, and it gives me 25 minus 4Q the whole divided by 4. In the denominator la irukra 8 vandu inda side numerator ku jump agum. So it gives you 50 minus 8Q. This is our P. So I am going to replace in the consumer surplus formula. Consumer surplus is equal to integral 0 to Q naught. We know the value for Q naught is 5. F1 of Q. So we have F1 of Q is nothing but 50 minus 8Q into DQ minus P naught Q naught. P naught is 10 and Q naught is 5. Okay. So just I am going to merely integrate this quantity to obtain my consumer surplus. So this is equal to, okay, so 50 into Q, okay, 50 is a constant, and if you integrate dQ from 0 to 5, similarly here minus 8 integral 0 to 5 Q dQ minus 50. Okay, so that is equal to 50. Integral Q is nothing, integral dQ is nothing but Q. Again I need to replace the limits here. Minus 8 into Q square divided by 2, 0 to 5 minus 50. So this is one time, this is 4 time. Next, this is a definite integral, so I am just going to replace the limit value here. Okay, so let me do it here itself. 50 into, instead of Q I need to replace the value as 5 and 0. Okay, upper limit minus lower limit. Similarly minus 4 into 5 square minus 0, and at last minus 50. So 50 into 5 is 250. So consumer surplus is 50 into 5 is 250 minus 4 into 5 square. So 5 square is nothing but 25. 25 into 4 gives me 100, and remaining one term is minus 50. Okay, so 250 minus 100 minus 50, and this gives you the value for consumer surplus as 100. Okay, so next we need to find the value for our producer surplus also. So just I am going to write the formula for producer surplus. The formula is P naught Q naught minus integral 0 to Q naught F2 of Q dQ, where this F2 of Q is nothing but the supply function which is given in the question. Okay, So in the question they are given F2 of Q is equal to, okay, so this is equal to 5 plus Q. Just I am going to replace here to find our answer. So producer surplus is equal to P naught Q naught, P naught value 10, Q naught value 5, minus integral 0 to 5 F2 of Q. It has given us 5 plus Q into dq. 50 minus 5 integral 0 to 5 dq minus integral 0 to 5 q dq. Just I am going to integrate this. It gives me 50 minus 5q. Again I need to replace the limit. Keep in your mind. Minus q square divided by 2. Again I need to replace the limit value. So this gives me 50 minus 5 into 5 minus 0 minus 5 square minus 0 divided by 2. So 50 minus 25 minus 25 divided by 2. Okay. So when you simplify this, you will be getting 50 minus 25 is 25. 25 minus 25 divided by 2. So again you will be getting 50 minus 25 divided by 2. When you take LCM and simplify, at last you will be getting 25 by 2. It gives me 12.5. So the answer for producer surplus is 12.5. Similarly, the answer for consumer surplus which we got is 100. Okay. So we move to the next problem. Okay. So problem number 2. If the demand function of a commodity is P is equal to 36 minus x square, find the consumer surplus for P is equal to 11. Okay. So this is your question and they have given the value for P as 11. Okay. So what we need to do? We need to find the consumer surplus. So let us recall the formula for consumer surplus. So when you observe here, they have given P equal to in terms of x. So instead of Q, they have written as x. So you need to refine your formula accordingly. Consumer surplus formula is integral over 0 to Q naught F1 of Q dq minus P naught Q naught. Okay. So here we don't know what is the value for our Q naught. Here Q naught is replaced by x naught. So our formula now becomes integral over 0 to x naught F1 of x dx minus P naught into x naught. So this is how our formula get changed. Okay. So what we can do is by replacing the value for P is equal to 11 here, we will obtain the value of our x. This is another type of problem because at the equilibrium what we know is our demand is equal to supply. So now substituting P is equal to 11 in P is equal to 36 minus x square, we get. What we will get? 11 is equal to 36 minus x square. So just interchanging the sides. 36 minus 11. So 36 minus 11 is 25. X square is equal to 25. X is equal to plus or minus 5. Since our demand cannot be negative, X is our demand here, right? Since demand cannot be negative, okay, X is equal to plus 5. Okay, so now this is our x naught. So we can write at equilibrium, okay, price is already given, P naught is equal to 11 and the quantity is there which we obtain now, x naught is equal to 5. So just I am going to replace in this formula to find our consumer surplus. So consumer surplus is equal to integral over 0 to x naught, here 0 to 5, f1 of x. So here already it is given in terms of x. So just we can replace it here. 36 minus x square into dx minus p naught into x naught. So p naught to the value 11, x naught to the value 5. When we integrate this, let us see what we will be getting. 36 integral 0 to 5 dx. Just I am taking this integral to each and every term, minus integral x square dx 0 to 5 minus 11 into 5 is 55. So when you integrate this, what you will be getting is 36 into integral dx. Integral dx is nothing but x 0 to 5 minus integral x square. So integral x square is x cube divided by 3 under 0 to 5, okay, minus 55. So just I am going to replace the limit value here. 36 into 5 minus 0 minus 5 cube minus 0 divided by 3 minus 55. 36 into 5 minus 5 cube is 125 divided by 3 minus 55. So make use of your calculator and check whether you are getting the answer as, so here you can take LCM for all the things, okay. 36 into 5, 6 5s are 30, 0 balance 3, 18, okay, minus 125 by 3 minus 55, 180 minus 55, so 5 to 1, 125, okay, 180 minus 55 is 125, 125 minus 125 divided by 3, if you take LCM and simplify, you will be getting 250 divided by 3 as your answer. Thank you.